Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory on FM22 with Derby County Football Club. We are here. It is match week 38, and it is time for us to take on Manchester City to really see where we're at against some of the big boys. Since you've last been with us, I reckon we've had a few new signings. David Angulo had a release clause of 950k, I think it was. Yep. And he looks very, very good. 5'9" is a bit of an issue, but he's a centre back. Hopefully he grows a few inches in height, but we'll see how he goes. We'll probably loan him out next year. I've shown you those two. I'm trying to get a free transfer for Franco Ibarra, who we'll just get loaned out and probably sold. Sandri, you've seen the deal here for Yahor has gone through. We've got Christian Volpardo, who's going to join us as another right winger. Again, he doesn't have a work permit, so he'll go out on loan somewhere in Europe to hopefully get a work permit. Yusuki wanted a work permit initially, which he didn't get, but he's now joining us. And on the outs, since you last saw us, I reckon it is Morales who's out for 10 million and Farasi for 2.2. So we've kind of balanced the books out pretty well so far. I think we need to get some more players out of here, but we've got some really good ones coming in for next season, which is going to be exciting. But let's get into it. I haven't even looked at the team if I've actually set it up. At Xerxes, Kamara, Badji, Busquets, Pabega, Kana, Menino, Satalo, Sturgiu, we'll do it that way, and Zamora with Livakovic there. I'm going to actually turn Sturge into another ball-playing defender as well, because we do have two very capable ball-playing defenders. So let's get into it. Last game of the season, Aston Villa, who are above us in 7th place, are versing Liverpool. So Liverpool have already won the league. That's my concern. So, you know, they might not do us a favour. We kind of need Southampton to climb up the league a little bit, because they've already locked in Conference League, where if they do finish where they finish, I think they end up... Well, I'm actually thinking, I think 5 and 6 should be Europa League, and then 6 and 7 should normally be Conference. So I'm hoping that if Liverpool can get the job done and we can somehow get a result against Man City, we know we're capable of getting a result against Man City because we've done it in the past. Vincent Kompany is no longer the manager, so I should have actually looked at who the interim manager is at the moment, but we find Xerxes with a pinged ball straight out to him. Rooney Badji caught on the ball. It's Gabby Jesus now, which... pretty much an attack that we shouldn't be conceding. It's Delap. Don't do this to us, Liam. We know how much we love Liam Delap, and hopefully he goes easy on us. It's Frankie de Jong into Kimmich. Look at this, is a star-studded team with Phil Foden, Ruben Diaz. Xerxes beats Ruben Diaz to the ball very quickly, though, and Grealish does his job. This is a huge highlight. This has to be a goal for Man City, surely. It's Phil Foden driving down the left-hand side, ball across Delap straight at Livakovic, and I would love for us to somehow get Liam Delap. Interesting team, though, by Man City. Edison, Kimmich, Stones, Diaz, Cancelo, Sterling, De Jong, Foden, Grealish, Delap, and Gabby Jesus. Who is the gaffer for Man City? Let's have a quick look. Their caretaker is Jason Wilcox, so can't say I know who that is. He's been at Man City since 2013 as the under-18s manager, so he's just someone from within the club, which is fair enough because they did sack Kompany with only a couple games to go. They have finished in 4th place, with Arsenal getting them, beating them to 3rd, with Man United well behind Liverpool. Liverpool clearly the best team in the league this season. But if you told me at the start of the year that we'll potentially finish above Newcastle, Chelsea, Tottenham, West Ham, and some of these other bigger clubs, I would have absolutely ripped your arm off and taken that deal in a heartbeat. So 20 minutes in, we've only really seen the one highlight, haven't we? So we haven't seen much of the game. 4-4-2. We're starting to see a bit more of the 4-4-2 in this save, which is interesting. Like, we're versing a lot more teams that are using 4-4-2, like Wolves are, Southampton are, Man City at the moment are. And let me know in the comments if you guys do use 4-4-2, because I've never really got it to work. But let me know if you guys have, because that would be very interesting to see. As Arsenal-Chelsea game looks interesting at 2-2, and Icardi puts West Ham 1-0 up against Leeds. I'd love for us to grab a goal here at the moment, I'm not going to lie. Our team does almost look a bit like a 4-4-2 with the inside forward playing as a second striker, but it's Grealish into Cancelo, Foden, Grealish. Look at these names they've got. Delap gets blocked by Sotalo. Kamara gets pressured very high there. And Xerxes all by himself up front. But they find Delap into Kimmich. Again, another long highlight and well blocked there by Zamora at left back. And it looks like the highlight's going to continue. And it's Foden whipping in a good corner towards Delap. We deal with the initial ball. It falls back to Sterling and De Jong. Foden picks the ball up. Man City still just pressuring us big time. Sotalo just clears it. Falls back to Kimmich once again. Look at this press that Man City is just putting on us. They're just dictating the play. It's Delap who has another chance. It's blocked again. Pabega clears. What are these highlights that we're conceding at the moment? We're just getting absolutely pressurized by Manchester City. They had 60% of the ball, 8 shots to our 2. We are on the ropes if I've ever seen it in an FM sense. And we're just holding on here to a 0-0. We might try and just see if we can sit in and try and get to half time, or can we try and grab a goal here and put some pressure on Man City to have to get a result, trying to impress whoever their new manager might be. So Ederson hoofs it long. Delap does really well in the air. Jesus tries to get there. Zamora does well. Livakovic is just panicking though and hoofs it clear towards Xerxes, and that ends another highlight. And I just want to see something from the boys here. Can we get something? Can we get one shot away in the half? That's all I want to see. Aston Villa look like they're kind of getting the job done, but Southampton are dropping. They're down 1-0 to Everton. So Everton's doing us a favour. Now it's time for us to do ourselves a favour here and try and use some of this dominance, and we can't use the extra number in midfield. Man City just tiki-taka their way straight through us. It's Jack Grealish one-on-one, and what a save by Livakovic, who has been one of our better players all season long, has Dom Livakovic. Keeps us at 0-0. I'm going to pump our fists. I'm going to say that keep going, lads, because we can get this job done. We know we can score goals against Man City. If you've been in the streams, if you've watched the videos, you know there's been lots of 3-3 games against Manchester City in recent times. So there's opportunities there for us to get a result against Man City, and it's Liam Delap now into Sterling. Good little bit interplay there with Kimmich, but it only goes to Livakovic. So this is where next season's going to be massive, because we've got another crop of kids coming through. We've got a really good core of Livakovic, Menino, Sturgi, Sotalo, Kana, Pabega, Xerxes, Kamara, and our boy Brenner as well. So that's sort of the core of the team. Everyone else that we've brought in is either really young to kind of fit around that core, or they're really challenging for those other spots. So left back, we know we've got a couple options coming in for the long term. We've got Ismaili here at the moment who's pushing with Zamora, but it's pretty neck and neck, to be fair. Ismaili's physical is going to start declining pretty soon, as well as Kana finds Rooney badge. He needs to start doing a bit more, otherwise big Johnny Robinson is going to be taking that spot from him next season. Kamara, Busquets, who's not the most attacking minded midfielder, and that's probably another position that we're looking at improving, is that Metsala role. We've got Sokolov on the bench we might actually go to here today to try and give us a lift in the midfield. But here we go. It's Jesus, Sotalo. And this is the thing. Our defense has been absolutely brilliant this season so far. That's what's kept us in a lot of games. Like, our goal difference isn't high, not because we're conceding lots of goals, more because we're not scoring heaps. And then there's the odd game where we get done 4-0 or whatever, and it pushes our goal difference all the way down. Like, it'd be hilarious if we finished the season with a flat goal difference. That'd be kind of funny. But here we go. We're going to get Maxi Bird in that Regista role, and we're going to get Busquets out of the Mazzala role for Sokolov. So we're going to make 2 midfield changes just to try and get a bit more energy in the engine room, as Kamara looks for Xerxes to try and play him through one-on-one against Ruben Diaz. But unfortunately, we couldn't do that. But here we go. We got numbers here. We can't let Gnabry out, and we let Gnabry out. And here goes Jesus. We need to put a challenge in here, fellas. We're just letting them dribble around and do what they want. Time to start kicking ankles and trying to break up play. But here we go. It's Serge Gnabry, fresh legs, and Dom Livakovic puts that into about row Z with his palms. So that would have probably broken a finger, to be honest. But here we go. Subs are on. Foden whips the ball in, gets no return from it whatsoever, and Man City keep the pressure up here. Cancelo, Gnabry, look at the names they've got in their team. It's just absolute star-studded lineup that this team has, but we're doing well. We are sitting quite deep, though. You can see on the heat map, but it's Palmer on for Jesus. Now, I wouldn't mind seeing how Palmer develops, because he's starting to get games in real life, as it's Josh Xerxes with what a finish. It's Gabby Menino down the right-hand side, finds Josh Xerxes with an absolute thunderbolt of a volley into the top bins. Bird, Rooney, Menino takes off, does Gabby Menino, beats his man, gets some separation. Great ball in. Josh Zirkzee from the penalty spot goes, thank you very much. I'm going to smash this into the top bins and give my Derby County boys a chance of qualifying for Europe. We're going to be on 62. We need Southampton to concede a few more goals, or we need to start scoring in a hurry. But we needed Aston Villa really to not get a result too. But it's Sutalo, Livakovic, Sturgiu, Gabby Menino. Can we start scoring, and can Southampton start conceding? It can be a two-way advantage for us. It's Gabby Menino. We know of his quality on the ball. He finds Tommaso Pabega, Bird, Rooney Badge, has time, has Zirkzee, Sokolov just somehow clears it, I think, or Foden does, but we find Gabby Menino. Now we're starting to get highlights because City are pushing, and it's Edison who comes and grabs the ball from Zirkzee. Aston Villa somehow are beating Liverpool 1-0. It's Palmer. Livakovic parries. It falls to Zirkzee, who gets fouled on the halfway line, and that should be a yellow card for Ruben Diaz, and it is not, unfortunately. And it is time for Brenner. Zirkzee to the left. Brenner up front. Here we go. Confirm the changes. Livakovic once again makes a massive save in the context of this game and our season and what's happening here. Everton 1-0 up against Southampton. Liverpool score. This is where, look at this. We're going to look how tight it was going to be for even 5th place. We're going to miss out on by a point at this stage. That is heartbreaking because we had such a poor run in that sort of January area, which we couldn't buy a point. Imagine if 2 of those losses turned into draws, and if we could hold on here, that would have been absolutely fantastic. But Newcastle now go 1-0 up against Wolves. Is there life? Is there some form of goals that we can score, and goals that go against other teams that just get us into a European placing for next year? Who would have thought after 3 years with Derby we'd be fighting for European football? It's Brenner, has Zirkzee, has Sokolov. Can he get back on his right foot? He finds Zirkzee, who gets fouled by Foden surely, but doesn't. Zirkzee's up and goes for that far post, and he has come alive in the second half of this season, has Joshua Zirkzee, and here he is again. Look at these numbers we're finding. The pockets of space. City are opened up now, but here we go. It's Palmer, Nabry, it's Liam Delap, who in a white shirt of Derby, I reckon, would have absolutely buried that. But here we go. 12 minutes. Can we find a second goal just to put the pressure on the grounds around us here? Here we go. Brenner looking for Rooney Badgie. Can't link up with him. It's Palmer once again who's getting really involved. This time it's Reader who hits the post for Man City. And we've got the numbers out this way. And it's Zirkzee. It's Kimmich. The ball's pinging around like they're at the Australian Open playing tennis. But in front of 53,000 people. Can Derby County hold on? It doesn't look like we're going to get the goal difference go our way now. We've moved up to 7th, so something has happened. Someone has conceded a goal. It's Sturgiu who just hoofs it away. How are we up? Oh, we're up to 7th already. It didn't matter. Aston Villa are down 2-1. That's why we're up to 7th. We need to make sure that Southampton... No, it's Cole Palmer. And what a time for Cole Palmer to get his first goal of the season. In a game that means nothing to Manchester City. It puts us back down to 8th, I think, does it not? Do we go off 62 points to 61? I don't know what's going to happen. Or 60. I think we go down to 60 if we draw. So it's Zamora, Zirkzee, Brenner. Can we find one more chance? Pabega's been so good at finding assists. It's Rooney Badgie squares it for Sokolov. Artem Sokolov. That's what you want to see from the young midfielder. Look, we had so many numbers. Man City were pushed trying to find the winner. It's Brenner, Pabega finding Gabby Menino, who finds Rooney Badgie. And we've got 2 guys just on side at the back post. And it is Artem Sokolov who finds a potential winner for Derby and a goal that could maybe send us to Europe. It's Cole Palmer. We can't concede from kickoff. It can't be Liam Delap, and Livakovic is up to the task. Who would have thought we'd be fighting it out for potential European football on the last day of our 3rd season? It's a penalty. Oh, and Southampton are now drawing, and it's Josh Zirkzee of all people. That hurts so much. It's definitely a penalty. And this is not what the script had. It's Liam Delap, who scored so many important penalties for Derby. Scores one for Manchester City against Derby. Oh, can we go again? We're in the 90th minute. Can we find one more push? Sokolov, Zamora, Xerxes, Zamora, Brenner. We've got runners and we don't find them. It's Cole Palmer. He finds Delap. Delap's through. And we've conceded twice in the 90th minute to throw away our European dream. Who would have thought? We were on the cusp. We were 7th. We concede 2 goals and we're in 10th. What is going on here at the Etihad? Birdie, one last chance. Brenner puts the press on. There's a minute and a half to play at Stones. Foden. They find Kimmich. Can we find a third? Can it be a third historic 3-3 draw? It's in the numerology. It's Liam Delap. It's blocked. And away come Derby. Rooney Badgie just hoofs it forward and doesn't link up with anybody. Josh Xerxes. Zamora. Here we go. The time is now and Birdie's trying to play a silly ball through the middle and it doesn't work. And there's 10 seconds or so to play. And we've put a block in, but that's going to be all she wrote. And Derby County miss out. It's Cole Palmer. He puts it wide and Derby from a 2-1 winning position and potentially European football are going to finish in 10th. What a last day of the season. Don't tell me that you're not entertained watching this brand of football. It's unfortunate we lost. I'm going to say I'm proud of the efforts, even though we didn't get the result. I want to see what the European standings look like at the end of the season. If whoever finished 7th got European football, I'm going to be really mad. In the end, it was Aston Villa, Chelsea, Newcastle, and Derby County because we dropped those couple points. What a change. West Brom, Leeds and Fulham all get relegated. Brighton, Crystal Palace, Leicester avoid the drop. And let's have a look at the league table. Did Aston Villa get European football? They did not. Only one Conference League spot got given out, which is strange. I feel like 7th should, and I think maybe it's a qualifier spot, maybe, because it's now highlighted. So I think we've actually thrown European football away there, guys. But doesn't matter. We're going to be stronger for next season. There's definitely results here that hurt us. The 2-0 against Spurs, the 1-0 against West Brom, the 5-6 against Aston Villa, where they scored 2 late goals through Bailey and Buendia. The loss to Brentford, there's just results in there to teams around us that finished near the bottom as well. But if you've enjoyed Season 3, make sure you smash a thumbs up on this video. Make sure you go and follow us over on Twitch at Paulie29 as well to make sure you can catch the action live when we stream. And I'll see you very, very shortly for Season 4 of The Road to Glory and The Road to the Quad with Derby County.